Hello, everybody, and welcome to a topical update here. This is a wide view of the Atlantic right now, and you can see what's currently going on in the open Atlantic right now. You can see we got two areas of interest to watch at this point in time here that are designated here from the National Hurricane Center. We got wave number two just into the Caribbean here, has a low chance of formation, but I'll get into that a little bit shortly here. And then we also got newly designated earlier today, invested 91L that has a high chance of formation for the next 48 hours and also 5 days here as it progresses on into uh, further into the northwestern Caribbean here. And here is the 5 day graphical tropical weather outlook here. You can see what I was talking about, the two areas of interest to watch here. Invest 91L to the left of your screen has a through the next 48 hours a high 70% chance of formation, and throughout the next 5 days a high 80% chance of formation. And the National Hurricane Center do note in their little forecast discussion for Invest 91L that an Air Force Reserve reconnaissance aircraft is scheduled to investigate the system tomorrow afternoon if necessary. If that does, it'll provide really crucial uh, life-saving information here for the storm here as the situation progresses here. Storm number 2 here has a near 0% chance of formation for the next 48 hours and the next 5 days with low 30% chance of formation, as you can see in that outlook there. And this is a look at the Caribbean right now. You can see that area of interest disturbance number 2 here. Entering the Caribbean here has a low chance of formation, like I said, 30% chance of formation, solely because it's being sheared right now pretty much, and it's in hostile conditions at this point in time at least. Um, of course, this could easily change here, as we've seen happen with this season and many seasons before this. So don't just necessarily let your guard down with this storm either, but don't panic about it. Just make sure you're aware of this storm. Same goes for Invest 91L here. Um, make sure you're aware of this storm here. Forecast after about 36 to 48 hours from now is really uncertain here. Really depends on how the system progresses throughout the next 36 to 48 hours here. Will really determine where the storm's going to end up to go here. Of course, again, like I said, once we get that well-developed center of circulation, and if we do get that hurricane recon getting into this storm here, the hurricane hunters getting into the storm here, we'll get a better grasp of what the storm's going to do over the next few hours and days here. And they'll input that into the models, and they'll come up with a solution of what they think will happen with this storm here. So this the entire Gulf Coast needs to be alert with this storm. Again, don't necessarily panic. Just be aware of this storm. Make sure you have your hurricane preparations kit ready to go. If you don't have one, make sure you get one. Or if you do have one but you haven't updated it, make sure you take the time to update it while the storm is happening now. Make sure to always be prepared. In the unfortunate case if this storm does end up threatening you, make sure you're prepared and your hurricane ready here, so you're not taken off guard by the storm and can't prepare in a timely manner or can't take action in a timely manner if the storm does end up threatening wherever you live. And here's the water vapor review from the Caribbean here from Go 16. And you can see this what's currently going on here. Of course, that's two waves here in the Caribbean, one in the Eastern Caribbean and one in the Western Caribbean. Of course, in the Northwestern Caribbean, in this 91L, and then to the east of that, to the right of that is that tropical wave that's entering the Caribbean, as you can see there. And here's the ensemble models for Invest 91L here. And this stresses what I was saying earlier. Past about 36 to 48 hours from now, the models really don't know where the storm is going to go. And of course, once we do, like I said, get that well-defined, if we do get that well-defined center of circulation and those reconnaissance aircraft get into the storm here, we'll get a better grasp. Not, a completely 100%, grasp of where the storm's going to go and what intensity, but a better grasp than we have right now of where the storm's going to be in terms of track here, and a little bit better maybe in terms of intensity wise as well too. Um, so it's going to be interesting to see what if the National Hurricane Center does let the reconnaissance plane get into the storm here. It'll be interesting to see what they find here. But again, don't as you see on the top right of your screen here, you can see do not use this map to make decisions, seek official information, and what Libby Cowan means by that is only refer to the National Hurricane Center, National Weather Service, and your local officials, whatever they might be, your local officials, um, for the official and best information to prepare your life to protect your life and property from this storm here. If it does end up threatening you, make sure you always listen to them. They always know what to do in the event if you do have to either evacuate or shelter in place for this storm here. Um, and like I was saying, this ensemble, these are ensemble models here, um, and they're just like this is a wide view of what each individual ensemble model off of this main model. I believe this is the GFS model. What each different ensemble model thinks where the storm's gonna do here, and some take it as far west as Louisiana. Some take it as, I mean, far east as Louisiana. Some take it as far west as pretty much just straight down into Mexico here, and parts of the Yucatan here, and die off there. Um, and so pretty widespread here, but regardless, the entire Gulf Coast needs to be on alert for this storm. Just make sure you're aware of this and make sure you keep it informed here and staying informed with your local officials here in the National Hurricane Center as the system progresses here. Switching basins, however, though, in the Eastern Caribbean and in the Eastern Caribbean, in the Eastern Pacific here, sorry, we got Hurricane Marie currently active here, a 125 mile per hour Category 3 hurricane here, forecast to peak as a 145 mile per hour Category 4 hurricane here in the next 12 hours or so before it starts to weaken and rapidly weaken on that the next few hours past about 48 hours or so as it encounters hostile conditions than it is right and than it is in right now. As of 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Advisory 12, center is currently located at 15.6 degrees north, 122.1 degrees west, with maximum sustained winds estimated to be at 125 miles per hour, making this a high-end Category 3 hurricane. Winds to the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour, and like I said, it's forecast to peak as a 145 mile per hour Category 4 hurricane. And here's a look at Marie on satellite imagery here off of GOES 17. And you can see just how the storm's progressed over the past 2 hours here. And you can see it's getting better organized here as the hours progress on here. Really picturesque and classic major hurricane here that you're seeing in front of your screen here that's developing here and intensifying over time here. You can see earlier in the first 3 frames, the I wasn't really well pronounced, and then now as each new frame progresses here, I can see the eye getting a little bit better, and the central dense overcast, the CDO getting a little bit better organized with this storm. And here's a look at the water vapor imagery for Hurricane Marie here. As you can see, really humid and moist environments to the east of the storm, and then to the west of it, a really dry, stable environment to the west of it, and hence why the National Hurricane Center believe that the storm will be rapidly weakening in about 48 hours or so, give or take, as it enters those hostile conditions here, unfavorable for major hurricane development or sustentation here as the storm progresses. Remember to always get official information from the National Hurricane Center, National Weather Service, and local officials here as the system progresses here, and for systems like Investa 91L here. This is the National Hurricane Center site here, the official site for the National Hurricane Center here. To get onto the site, just type up nhc.noaa.gov, or this National Hurricane Center, or National, not National, but National Hurricane Center or NHC, and it'll be the first search result usually on whatever search browser you're using. And of course, you'll know on the correct site when you see all this crucial life-saving information right in front of your fingertips here. And of course, I'll always link my what I use here in this update below in the description. So if you guys are also curious about that, I also have it in the description below. And then for localized forecast, visit the National Weather Service here. National Weather Service, type of weather.gov or National Weather Service or just NWS should be the first resort you see. And of course, you'll know on the correct page when you see all this good, crucial life-saving information here. And if you want to get localized forecast here, so say you live in the Houston Galveston area of Texas, click on the Houston Galveston area of Texas here to bring you up to the forecast office, your local forecast office. This one, but of course, being the one in Houston Galveston, Texas here, and it gives you a little play-by-play of what the National Weather Service for your area think is going to happen usually. And then below they have a little box here, a little map here. So say you don't actually live in Houston, but say you live maybe in Beaumont. Click over in Beaumont, and it'll take you and it'll give you a 5-day graphical forecast for Beaumont, and it'll give you below that a 7-day text forecast there. They also have another map here, so you can zoom in a little bit more. Say you don't live in downtown Beaumont, but you live a little bit away from Beaumont, or you live in another city. Say you live in Port Arthur. Are you there right now? Either for work or something of that matter, I can click there and get to your localized forecast as well for that area. And of course, if you can't find your location on the map here, you can put in a zip code here, the nearest city or town name near you, and click that on there and get your local forecast for that area. You also have an hourly weather forecast here too, so you can plan it out hour by hour here. If you have anything scheduled for the next 5 days or so. This forecast, I believe this hourly forecast goes by. So that's pretty much going to be about it for this tropical update here. Um, Summary pretty much keep an eye on the Caribbean here, especially the northwestern Caribbean here with Index 91L, which looks like it's developing more and more here as the hours progress here. Really uncertain forecast at this point in time at least. Um, After about 36 or 48 hours from now, once the storm gets a well defined center circulation and the Air Force reconnaissance plane gets into the storm, we'll get a better grasp of where the storm will ultimately go in terms of intensity wise and in terms of track wise a little bit better. Not it won't be of course 100%, but we'll get a better grasp than we are getting right now um, with the models here for this storm. So again, that's pretty much going to be about it for this topical update here. Have all the links down below if you guys are interested in what I use or what I used for this update here and other updates before this. And that's pretty much going to be about it for this update. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. Try to answer them to the best of my ability. Links down below. And that's pretty much going to be about it. So hope everybody has a great day and wherever you guys are, stay safe, of course. Until then, see you guys in the next video. Peace.